So, right. So I think maybe now we can have some questions. You can ask some things to Ariadne. The fact is that it's 22 years later, Ariadne. The block is now how many people?
Oh, the last parade, it was 2,000, more than 2,000 people.
Okay.
It was something terrible. Because we tried to coordinate, but it was very difficult to coordinate 2,000, more than 2,000 people.
But it's really
Bettina wants to think.
Sorry, just very quick. What is incredible for me is like this incredible display of
yeah,
I don't know, collaboration.
Bettina wants to say something.
I know. See, I will let her. But just for you to have some kind of trying to visualize.
Vision.
You know,
Yeah.
Many people just come to as a volunteers, right, to work, and everybody's helping. It's so much passion and commitment and friendship and I don't know, compassion and love. It's really incredible public display of, you know,
and a lot of work.
Yes,
work.
Okay, but Bettina, go Bettina. Yes, sorry.
Yeah, no, it was like two questions. So what kind of madness, or what kind of mental health users, or services users you're working with, and then how do you recruit them? Because if you're not a psychiatric center, do they come to you, or how do you find them? And yeah, or do they take medicine as well? How do you
Pardon me?
Do they take medicine?
I'm a psychologist.
Não, Ariadne, ela quer saber o seguinte.
Se eles tomam medicina, ok.
Eles tomam droga, e você, como vocês não são mais no hospital, como é que vocês recrutam as pessoas? Então, você fala.
Okay. We compose uma rede
network
of health mental system. We are all joined, we are all connected, because our work, people, we have many, as Brazil, the aim of Brazil is not having more any psychiatric hospital. This is the aim. We don't need internation, hospitalization. So we have an alternative of treatment that is called CAP, Psychosocial Attention Centers. And these are like hospital days, more or less like this. So all the population of who have mental problem, they are cuidados, they are what?
Cared.
Cared by this system. And we have 23 years of existence, and this network also. So we have the same time of the construction of this network. So there is many dialogue, and we have, for example, people who comes from anywhere to participate workshops or the other things, everything. But because we have presentations, for instance, they invite us to go to their place to make some show, to make some drumming workshop, things like this. And we don't have any distinction of any patient. All the patients, it doesn't matter the diagnostic, they are very welcome to our work. We don't have any distinction from this. So we don't, many of them take medicine, yeah, but the responsible for this is this CAPS, the centers, psychosocial centers. And when we have some problem, yeah, because the patients have crisis.
Right.
So when we have any problem with any patient, we connect the responsible for the treatment, and we make a project, a therapeutic project together. And it's very interesting because in the Loucura Suburbana, I am the only health professional. All the others are musician, producer, and all kind of, but I am the only professional of mental health. So we are a place where people learn to deal with madness d'une façon, je vais parler français,
Oh,
d'une forma.
I think the language they say is like expertise by experience. So people, they're not a part of Ariadne. People now, because they've been working the block for so many years, you learn how to deal with, you know, mental distress.
It's something. It's a dialogue.
Yeah.
We learn, and they learn to be to have, not to abandon the madness, but to make this more natural. So we have it's a very it's a school to manage this. We learn, and they learn to be not normal, but to have a normal life, a life with people, because before this they were excluded. They were really excluded when they were not hospitalized. Yeah, I don't know what that says.
Yeah.
Hospitalized, yeah.
You understand, more or less. They were at home doing nothing, expecting another crisis to go to the hospital before. Now these centers, CAPS, they have to works in arts, things to do. So they have place to be, to stay, not to be, to stay. And Loucura Suburbana is one of these places, because there are many patients, users, that stay all day with us. We have patients in our team. They receive money to be with us, like us, colleague.
Good.
It's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy.
I
but
think
we do
one of
like
the greatest, element of quality or characteristic of your project, and I think that's one thing that we struggle here, is to run a project that it goes the whole year round. So you don't lose these connections. You know, I think for us, especially, I guess, no, I don't know for the others, but it's very, very difficult to keep these connections when there is no project anymore. There's no money anymore, especially if you don't have a spaces in the Bettina, because we don't have a space as such. You guys have so I think it's because
because a project has a beginning and end, so we can't keep just doing it when we apply for a project. We have to have a set of time.
And someone else want to another question?
No, I just wanted to congratulate Loucura Suburbana pelo trabalho, for the amazing work they do, and that they have created, and they've changed many people's life, it sounds, and how amazing it must be for them to feel included back in the community and feel part of it, like, you know, anybody else. So hats off to you. Well done.
Thank you.
Goya?
No, amazing. Wow, really, really, because you made a kind of like samba school, a proper one. I mean, like, you have all the process of a normal samba school in Brazil. You have samba enredo, the process of selecting the samba enredo that's gonna tell a story. And my question is about that. You know, I mean, how is this process? I guess that every year you have a different enredo, a different story to tell. I mean, how is this process of choosing it, and how you go to choosing the samba first and then creating the costumes? And also, because I don't have much visual information about the loucura suburbana, but my question was like, you do as well carro alegórico? You make
No,
big structure to go, or is just on your feet? Just costume is on your feet in the streets?
okay, I don't know if I will remember all the questions, but if I don't remember, you please say it again. Well, carros alegóricos, I don't know if everybody has understand this. We don't do them anymore, but in the beginning, yes. We have a psychiatrist. It's a medicine or doctor, psychiatrist, who is called Lula Vanderlei. Lula Vanderlei is more artist than psychiatrist, but he is both. He inspired me a lot when I entered this hospital because he created the first CAPS, really, with dialogue with patients. Patients discuss the medication. It was with many arts in the work. He introduced that in the hospital when the hospital was a big hospital with many people hospitalized. So Lula, he's very creative. So in the beginning, the first parades, he created, yes, carros alegóricos, but they were carros political allegorics carros. They have a theme, for instance, o mosquito da dengue. So he created a carro alegórico when the patients, I don't know how to say it in English. Well, manuseavam os mosquitos andando pela cidade, pelo carro. The other time, the director, many. But it was very improvised. We have a big, not a big car of the hospital, and we made this very, como diz, improvisado.
Improvised, yeah.
But as the years passed, Lula abandoned this, and he made now bonecos gigantes,
Puppets, yeah.
personages of that there is a patient, a user that knows how to sculpture in the como diz, isopor.
Yeah, polystyrene.
Yeah. So they made heads, and then Lula constructs the body, and this was go to the streets with us.
Yes,
So,
I saw the last year. Was last year or 2 years ago? The one of the governador do Rio, the one that was
no, it was the president.
The president, yes. So they
with,
do these figures very big and really it's very political.
No, the president with a mamadeira que was a penis. Because the president made some joke, I don't remember what, but this was, and Lula has the courage of doing this.
Yeah.
Well, we had prefeito, que was Crivella. It was a
Crivella,
where he wants to
in a big scandal.
He was a liar, so he has a big nose of liar. Yeah.
Pinocchio nose.
Pinocchio nose, yeah. So and the other questions, please, Jorge.
Was about how you go from choosing the story of the samba enredo to making the costume in this process of creating it and etc. etc.
This is another very interesting history. We never get
sorry, try to be quick because you've got about 50 minutes and maybe other people want to.
Okay, we haven't get to a theme. We make very big meetings. Everybody, people who from the hospital, the other services, mental health, can come it's very democratic, our meetings. So we invite everybody who wants to discuss the theme, but we never get to a point. Everybody wants say liberty and so on and so on and so on. And then we have a list like this, enormous of things, and it's very rare to rare, rare é français, rare to get to a theme. So we make something. We have a resume of this, and we call this, it's not me that call, but our musical coordinator, that is a musician. He helps people to make the sambas, to compose sambas. Inventive delirium. The synopsis, the name of the synopsis, it's the invented delirium, because it's something like this.
Yeah.
But even if we have a theme, few years we get this, people does samba, they
About it.
however they want.
Yeah.
So and we accept this. So we have more or less 20 sambas each time to make a selection.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Okay, the answer?
Yes, good. Anybody else? Some more questions? Curiosity? Yeah.
I just make me think, Julia, that the idea
No, no,
would be for
Sorry,
you
Val,
to.
Oh, sorry, Helen.
Fine.
Oh,
It's fine.
okay. Okay.
Val, go.
Oh, right. It wasn't a question. It was just a thought that would be really nice to be to have a center, for you to call home here in London.
Yeah.
You know, an address. And there are so much vacant space in Camden. It's a question of you asking, where is it and can I have it? Because they don't want to spend money in it. They don't want to do anything with it, but it's there sitting empty, and you could have one of those spaces and keep all the stuff that you need there. That's just my thought.
Yeah, no, thank you. Yes, it's a dream. We're trying. Yeah, it'll be wonderful. Go, Helen.
It would be a wonderful dream. I agree. And thank you, Ariadne, for your amazing work. It sounds amazing. I had lots of questions, and I won't only do a few, honestly, Julia. Just because here in the UK, in terms of hospitals, there is a movement now for thinking about closing the hospitals, but they're still very much used, and there's lots of debate about service users and their autonomy, and I wondered, when this is a bit technical, but when people get to crisis point, how you're coping, or you're avoiding the crisis, which is the idea. So you're looking after people, giving them purpose and space and things to express with, and a place to be, and acceptance. So there are no crises. Question.
I don't know if I understand. Julia, can you help me?
Ela quer saber.
No.
No.
Okay, you speak. No, some words I didn't get it. Okay, but
ela quer saber o seguinte, esse movimento, né, no Brasil para acabar com os hospitais, etc. Ela quer saber qual é o contraponto, porque aqui, por exemplo, existe a discussão, mas a questão é, e aí, você faz o que com as pessoas que têm crise? Ou você evita a crise? Até quando você pode evitar a crise? Essa coisa do hospital...
We don't fight crises. Crises are something that happen and will happen.
E ela quer saber como você lidar com isso.
Okay, the caps, our dispositives, they have now, we are getting to this each time more. In Rio de Janeiro, it's not something that Brazil happens to Brazil. We have also hospitals, but this is a political, we have a law that prohibited to have hospitals. This is a way to get. So when people have crisis in the SCAPs, these dispositives, they have some beds, so they stay there. The difference is that if you have a great hospital and you have a crisis, you're going to be close there, and nobody knows you. And in the CAPs, everybody know you, your history, your family, where you live. So you go to stay there, yeah. So because you need some days, 4 days, 5 days, and everybody knows you. So it's very different to get to a hospital with this. Nobody knows, nobody understands what you say.
So I think what is in question here is the nature of what a hospital means. So you still have a place, you know, for, you know, to deal with crisis, but it's of another nature. So, you know, it's not like.
But I want to say
change
something.
the architecture, no, but also change the treatment and the relations you have in that space.
Yeah,
but
I want to say,
sorry,
just a moment, because when I say that this is ideal, this happened with some places, but it's not the whole reality. Even in these services, we have problems. We have problems.
Mhm.
Sometimes we don't have money. Sometimes we don't have psychiatrists because the education of the psychiatrists doesn't goes like this, do ensinamento na faculdade.
the teaching.
The teaching is very, como diz, ainda traditional.
Archaic.
So we have this problem. We have problems to get psychiatrists that are okay with this treatment.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Treatment.
Yeah, go.
Yeah, that's fantastic. You're just basing the caring of people on knowledge about not just their symptoms on the day, but also their history, their family,
Oh, yeah.
and how they express themselves. It's fantastic. I wish we did a bit more of that.
Fantastic.
We call it integral
Yes.
treatment.
Mm.
Even ideally, we should help people to get a job, to live better in their house. This is ideal.
But already there's steps, because I mean, at least it's connecting. You're giving people you're giving people occupation and family around them, the chosen family, and support. And then you can say, oh, try this, try that. And I think knowing their family as well, for these times of crisis, is important too. So the family will be recognizing signs
Yeah, exactly.
Of ups and downs, and would be able to talk to people, perhaps.
People who has had alta, Julia, alta?
Who left to a release, how can I say, release from hospital. Yeah.
Yeah, from the hospital, but they don't have a home to go, family to accept them. They went to a place we called residência terapêutica, therapeutic residences.
Yeah,
they are not
the
ideal, but yeah, an apartment, a house anywhere with cuidadores, a group of 4 or 5 people go to live together with cuidadores. How can I say that? Yeah, they're not alone, and they receive a money from the government. Each person receives money from the government to buy clothes, to buy the food for the house. So it's a very interesting thing too.
Like
And
semi.
they are treated from a CAPS. The CAPS is the manager of these houses. Everybody who lives in a house like this is client of the CAPS. So, well, the model is very good. The model, the reality, not always.
Yeah.
As life.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
But the model we had with the hospitals, that wasn't right either.
No, yeah.
And I think the integration is much better than the segregation.
Oh, of course.
I just had another little question. I don't know if anyone else.
Yeah. Go on.
I'm interested in your democratic, because it sounds chaotic. So when you're decision making, how much is led by the service users, os participantes, and how much is led by the managers of the project?
When we make a votation, everybody has the same right. Everybody vote.
But day to day, is there? How do you integrate?
No dia a dia, como é que você integra? Como é que você tem certeza?
Yeah, they are around us all the time. And when we make meetings to decide something, everybody comes.
Yeah,
it's natural. We have a team. Our team have 2 patients who are employed, and some people who are attached to the workshops. And when we make our meetings, weekly meetings, they come to vote. To vote.
There's an interesting story, for example, just as an example of how democratic they are and how inclusive they are. What's the name of the lady who used to be sua assistente, Ariadne? Silvana? Isn't that?
But she's not anymore.
It's
unfortunately.
not. Ariadne had someone who became her kind of right hand, and this was the person that was being treated in the hospital.
Anymore.
Yeah.
I'm alone, Mentor. I'm a little bit alone. I feel alone a little bit. In this way, because we had this is construction, and I have somebody, Silvana, who was very friendly, and we worked together. But she decided to she's journalist, and she got another job more attached to journalism, so she decided to go. She's very well, Bantunan.
Good.
Oh, Bantunan now. Julia, do you want
we have 10 minutes. We've got 10 minutes now. So I don't know, Goya, Val, Gladys, do you have any questions? Stella, do you want to ask something?
My question is actually similar to Helen. First question. Anyway, first of all, I want to say, like everyone, that your work is extraordinary, and I'm so grateful there are people like you and Julia who bring the community and try to help people with mental illness not to feel isolated and support them. So my question is just similar, but I just wanted to ask, in case there are people with severe mental illness, they might have a just big crisis, how you deal with that, but you already answered. And also if there is like sometimes some if it happens sometimes that they kind of, I don't know how to say that, what you do is not helpful for them because somehow they have too much issue, they can't cope, they cannot handle some certain situations, and they don't find beneficial what you do. Does it ever happen, like you have people with severe illness? And
I translate, I try to. Ariadne, ela quer saber o seguinte, quando tem uma pessoa em algum momento, como acho que já aconteceu, você me contou umas histórias, que alguém no momento a participação
Tem uma crise, tá uma crise.
a participação no projeto não é beneficial. Como é que você deal? Ou você pode dar um exemplo de pessoas que vieram ao projeto. Acho que a própria Elisama uma vez não estava muito bem e foi, mas depois voltou. Bom, não. We have 8
This happen all the time. We have problems all the time with someone because who has problem have problems. So the problem is there. We deal with Elisama every week because she has I don't know, she's neurotic, very, very, very hard, and she's very creative, but she makes confusion all the time. She speaks to everybody, she cries, she invented histories. So we deal with this every day. And we deal talking. I talk a lot about her, and sometimes we make meetings with people who leads with us, because Elisama, for instance, she goes to Loucura, she goes to a museum that is the inconscient images. Yeah, is this
it's a very famous museum that was about
created in 1950 by Nise da Silveira. It's known all the world. Has many paintings, many, and they have workshops too. So Elisama, she goes to many places, cultural places that we have, not only Loucura Suburbana.
So Elisama is the porta-bandeira.
Yeah. And she has problems, so we lead with this. And she has a psychologist. So we talk together to try to make a therapeutic project, a direction, to everybody say the same thing to her, that way to calm her. But I have another example. We have Jairo, that is psychotic.
Quick, because we have 6 minutes. Go ahead.
Okay. And he has crises that he talk, and he became paranoid. Many times I embrace him because he knows me more than 10 years. So he have confidence on me. And one time he was very, very aggressive, even not to touch anybody, talking. And if you talk something, the thing come against. You can't say anything to calm him, because everything you say goes as if you were saying something against him. And one day the drumming was beginning, and I said, Jairo, let's go to the drumming. Stop. I didn't say stop that. I just carry him talking to the drum percussion. Then the master gave him an instrument. He talks very well. He's marvelous in rhythm. And the cries stopped like this. Bling. In the moment I began to, it's magic. Well, I have these examples. I have a novel.
Right. Sorry, I know you've got so many stories. We could be here forever with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but maybe we can.
And the music, Julia, and the music in your group.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
The thing. But now Goya has a question, the last questions, and then I think we have quick.
Who?
Sorry. No, it's gone. No, just you can have your final words, Ayadi. Yeah, I was just going to ask you
number, and everybody can
call me. Yeah. Go, Goya, say.
No, I was going to ask you what you think about the carnival here, the Julius Carnival.
Yeah, what do you think about our project?
Well, I think it's marvelous, but I know the carnival only by films and photos. I see about the parade, white and black this year was marvelous. The things you do, marvelous. I think together we could do many things beautiful.
That's
So I
very-
invite you to go to Brazil too, huh?
yes.
To make part of our workshops. And the contrary, I would like to I said
One of
to
the-
Julia,
Yeah,
we
go on.
could with money we could participate with samba, with our drumming, but we have to get money to this.
Yeah.
E
Well,
carro de som, Jorge, because
yeah.
to have music,
Sure.
we need a
need
sound car.
Yeah, one day,
Yeah.
one day.
One day.
Well, and also one
One
day it would be wonderful to be able to bring some of our participants to, to Parade Imagine. That would be amazing. And some of you guys to come here. And perhaps I think one of my ideas that I think it's really fantastic is, your practice of creating the samba, creating this contest. And then, to sing the songs that people made and chosen by themselves. I think it would be really wonderful. Something that we'd love to be able to implement here at some point. But
but it's a very important work, because I know Julia work. I've been there 2 years or 4 years ago, and I saw Julia working with these people, not the parade, but the preparation, a little bit of the preparation.
So guys, listen, we just have 1 minute, and I would like to thank you so much, Ariadne, not just for that, but for her amazing support throughout my PhD and always. And please look, research her project. Go to there's an Instagram. There's lots of pictures, amazing pictures, amazing footage of the parade. And I have to say, it's one of the most amazing experience in my life to be able to come out to start in the psychiatric hospital and leave when the doors open and everybody goes to the street. Is you have goosebumps. So thank you, Ariadne. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
And I want to congratulate you too, to make Carnival in UK, in London. Oh, now it's me.
Thank
for
you. Yeah, but really keep researching a Loucura Suburbana, because there are lots of wonderful things to learn.
We have a site, loucurasuburbana.org.
Yeah.
Yeah, our nice site. But many things in the Google. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. Ciao, ciao.